Old fucker! You deaf? I'm talking to you!
How about you just leave me alone?
You got balls, old man. That's respectable. But now you're wasting my time, so why don't you get the fuck out of my seat? Crazy fucking spear chucker.
There's 2 seats in the back. Take him, but leave him alone.
Are you fucking kidding me? Stand up, asshole.
I don't want any trouble. Leave me alone.
Fuck your shit up, Raymond. Yeah, I can either kick your ass while you're sitting down or while you're standing up. It's your call.
I told you I didn't want to fight. Fucking told you.
Nobody move! Give me what's in that register!
Hey, you don't got no money, man.
Did you say something, old man?
Hey, why don't you guys just leave?
I ain't going anywhere, old man.
The film opens with Frank Vega, a Vietnam War veteran who has faced significant challenges throughout his life. One day, while riding the bus, he observes 2 disruptive youths causing a commotion. This incident reminds him of his own childhood, when he lived a simple life with his family. During his youth, he had a sweetheart, and they had promised to marry upon his return from the war. However, Frank's service extended for a decade in Vietnam. Upon finally returning home, he discovers that his fiancée has married someone else and started a family, which deeply wounds him. In an effort to rebuild his life, Frank attempts to join the police academy, believing his military experience would be advantageous. Unfortunately, he is rejected, leading to further disappointment. Unable to secure employment elsewhere, he spends much of his life selling hot dogs as a means of livelihood. His situation worsens when a new gourmet hot dog truck arrives in town, drawing away nearly all of his customers. Consequently, Frank is left with no choice but to drift aimlessly without a stable home or job. Fast forward to the present day, the same 2 disruptive youths are again causing chaos on the bus, even threatening an elderly man. Frank intervenes, rescuing the elderly gentleman and confronting the troublemakers. The incident is recorded by other passengers and quickly goes viral on social media, catapulting Frank into the spotlight as a local hero. As a result of his newfound fame, he is celebrated by the community, with merchandise featuring his likeness emerging and even receiving rides from the police. Frank and his mother are invited to appear on a talk show, bringing him further recognition. Tragically, 3 months later, his mother passes away, leaving behind her house and pet dog. The plot thickens when Klondike Washington, a fellow Vietnam veteran and friend of Frank's, moves in with him and gives him a USB flash drive intended for Frank's late mother's safe deposit box. Unsure of its contents, Frank places it in a safe for later. One evening, while Klondike steps out to buy cigarettes, he encounters the same 2 troublemakers, Terrence and Sebastian. They are in pursuit of the flash drive that Klondike entrusted to Frank. However, Klondike deceives them by claiming he does not have it on his person, which provokes a heated argument with the 2 assailants. Tragically, the situation escalates, resulting in Klondike's death, and the perpetrators quickly flee the scene. Upon learning of his best friend's murder, Frank is deeply affected and rushes to the morgue to identify Klondike's body. Distressed by the loss, he implores the police to thoroughly investigate the circumstances surrounding Klondike's death and apprehend those responsible. Complicating matters further, one evening, Officer Malark, a friend of Frank's who serves on the police force, visits him. Officer Malark attempts to reassure Frank that the department is diligently working to find Klondike's killer. However, Frank later watches the news and observes that the police have resolved other cases much more swiftly. This disparity troubles him, particularly when he witnesses officers at the station seemingly neglecting his friend's murder investigation. Determined to take matters into his own hands, Frank resolves to uncover the truth himself, frustrated with the perceived inaction of law enforcement. He begins his investigation at the alley where Klondike was shot. After some searching, he discovers empty bullet casings and a locket containing a photograph of a woman, which he believes could be significant evidence. Frank takes the bullets and locket to a pawn shop, where the proprietor informs him that the locket belongs to an individual named Terrence and contains a photo of Terrence's wife. With this lead, Frank hurries to Terrence's residence, only to find that Terrence is not home and has been absent for over a week, according to his wife. Frank returns the locket to her and inquires about Terrence's whereabouts. She reveals that he often played basketball with friends at a nearby park. Frank promptly heads to the park. Upon arrival, he approaches a group of young men playing basketball to ask about Terrence. Instead of providing assistance, they mock Frank, which provokes him into confronting them physically.
Back door, back door. God damn.
Anybody know where I can find Terrence?
Hey, give me the ball, bitch.
I'm gonna ask you one more time. Anybody know where I can find Terrence?
Why don't you ask your mama? He probably cock-slammed her this morning. Who the fuck do you think you are, you old motherfucker? Either give me the ball. Okay, whoa, wait a minute, man. Calm down, all right? He ain't here, man.
It turns out these individuals are indeed friends of Terrence. After subduing their antics, they admit they do not know Terrence's exact location but mention a person named Ronaldo who might have information since he and Terrence were close friends. Consequently, Frank decides to visit Ronaldo's residence and meets Ronaldo's roommate. The roommate informs Frank that Ronaldo is currently at a bar across town. Frank proceeds to the bar but encounters some individuals who are hostile towards him. Unwilling to tolerate their behavior, he asserts himself and manages to establish his presence.
Excuse me, could any of you gentlemen tell me where I can find Ronaldo? I know what you must be thinking, man. Who is this guy coming in here demanding shit? It's just important. I gotta find Ronaldo.
So you're that badass dude.
No, not really.
I don't have to be this way.
Oh yeah, it does.
All right, amigo, come down.
Eventually, Frank locates Ronaldo and, in an effort to extract information about Terrence's whereabouts, uses intimidation by threatening to disclose details regarding Terrence's location. Frank learns that Terrence is involved with a woman named Tanya. Meanwhile, we shift our focus to a prominent gangster known as Panther, who oversees both Terrence and Sebastian, two individuals with a reputation for trouble. Panther is engaged in a serious discussion with Major Williams, the corrupt mayor of the town, who is pressuring Panther to quickly locate the flash drive that Klondike had stolen. This flash drive contains evidence of the mayor's illicit activities during his tenure. Klondike, a former employee of Panther, had decided to leave his position and executed a betrayal by taking the mayor's crucial flash drive. Determined to uncover the contents of the flash drive, Frank enlists the help of his neighbor, a young man named Martin. One evening, Frank visits Tanya, who works at a massage establishment, seeking information about Terrence. When Tanya proves unhelpful, Frank decides to discreetly follow her home from work. After stealthily entering Tanya's residence, Frank ultimately finds Terrence. In an effort to extract information about who ordered the hit on Klondike, Frank resorts to intimidation tactics. When Terrence remains tight-lipped, Frank escalates the situation by applying pressure, causing discomfort. This approach proves effective, and Terrence finally divulges crucial information. Klondike had become entangled with a dangerous drug lord named Panther. He had stolen the aforementioned flash drive, which contained sensitive information regarding plans for an oil well in the area associated with Major Williams. Terrence also provides Frank with Panther's location. Before confronting Panther, Frank returns home to prepare for the encounter but is interrupted by a disturbance at Martin's residence. He discovers that Amber, Martin's mother, is experiencing difficulties with her abusive husband. Frank intervenes and assists her. As a gesture of gratitude for his heroism, Amber invites Frank to lunch. Seizing the opportunity, he dresses well and presents himself nicely. During their meal, a moment of intimacy arises between them, but it is interrupted when Martin Jr. unexpectedly enters the room. Frank insists that Amber and Martin remain at his residence until he can repair her front door. The following day, Frank delivers the flash drive to Officer Millark and subsequently locates Panther at his hideout. Anticipating Frank's approach, Panther instructs his crew to ambush him if he does not bring the valuable flash drive. As a result, Frank finds himself in a precarious situation. Panther's gang overpowers him, leading to his unconscious capture. They resort to extreme measures to extract information about the flash drive's location, including using an electric shock device to coerce him into speaking. However, Frank demonstrates remarkable resilience and refuses to divulge any information despite enduring significant pain. Frustrated by Frank's silence, Panther searches through Frank's wallet and discovers his address, speculating that the flash drive might be hidden there with his loved ones. While Panther's men continue to torture Frank, he rushes to Frank's home, convinced he will find the flash drive. In a moment of ingenuity, Frank manages to free himself from his restraints using a match he obtained from Amber. He ignites some nearby oil drums, resulting in a fire and a substantial explosion. Panther attempts to escape, but Frank is determined not to let him go easily. They both commandeer buses, engaging in a chaotic chase that causes extensive damage to other vehicles. Eventually, both buses crash, but Frank persists in pursuing Panther on foot. During his pursuit, he encounters two troublemakers from the earlier bus incident who attempt to film themselves assaulting him. However, Frank asserts his dominance once more and continues after Panther. Upon reaching Frank's house, Panther finds Amber and threatens her life unless Frank reveals the flash drive's location. Just in time, Frank arrives to save Amber, leading to a confrontation that spills into the front yard. As Panther prepares to attack Frank again, Amber bravely intervenes by jumping onto his back, providing Frank with the opportunity he needs to subdue Panther once and for all. Law enforcement ultimately apprehends Panther, and the situation escalates further when Major Williams is also arrested due to media revelations about their corrupt activities. In the end, Frank, Amber, and Martin find happiness together. Thanks for watching. If you are new, don't forget to subscribe for more of these recaps. Until next time, have a nice day.